Hey everyone, coming back. This is DEE-VOICE. Wanted to just kind of give my little perspective on being a single mom. I'm currently in a situation where my child's father is incarcerated, and I haven't really spoken to his mom since May of 2019. Now, a lot of things have happened prior to the incarceration, but I always felt like his mom and I should be able to have a type of relationship where we could talk freely, we can respect each other's opinions and differences, and she still be there for my daughter. Currently, I received a letter, my daughter and I received letters from him really asking the both of us to contact his mom. That had been some years since I honestly contacted her, maybe a year or two since I have. And I was really hurt by that because I had been trying since I found that I was pregnant to really push for not only him as the father to have a relationship with his daughter, but his mom. I didn't really meet his father until later on, but I just always wanted that because my mom was there for me. And so I always thought that maybe his mom should be there too. That never happened the way I thought it would. So to receive letters asking for us to contact his mom, and also knowing that his mom has spoken and asked about us, was something really shocking to me and appalling. I did what he asked of me though, because I wanted to prove to him that I can still talk to his mom and I can still actually do what he asked, at least that one request, because that was something that was always a contention between us two. His mom didn't call me back at first. And then I had a conversation with my mom. And our conversation consisted of me basically saying, you either will have a relationship with her, you either want to, or you don't have to. And I didn't have an attitude about it. I think I was just at peace and exhausted at the same time. Like, a part of me were at peace with that decision that I was making to contact her and talk to her about what was on my heart. And then the other part of it was I needed to make my point clear because we're not going back and forth like before. I left a second message last Friday and I said to her, I'm not for sure what the communication has been between her and her son, but we did receive letters to contact you. I wanted to contact you before, and she changed her number, so we never knew that until now. And I didn't know what else to say to you. I'm not for sure why you don't want to have a relationship with my daughter. I'm not for sure if I ever will know, but I feel like the communication should be towards your son in a better way, informing him your thoughts and letting him know that it wasn't on me that I didn't want it, it was on you. And I said some other things quite clear with that. And I hung up. And before I signed off, I did give her my number. And I hung up. I felt good about that because that was the first time that I didn't have an attitude behind what I was saying. I was really speaking from my heart. I was really saying something that I needed to say. When I first found out I was pregnant, I didn't feel too good. I wasn't happy at first because I had a particular way that I wanted it to go down. Not just the pregnancy itself, but I wanted to have my own, like my own house, my own car, everything my own, and how I was taught and raised and things like that. And it didn't happen that way. For it not to necessarily happen that way, it hurt me and it made me angry. I didn't have the support from him as being the father as much as I would like to. His mom had a hand in that. And with his mom having a hand in that, I couldn't say too much because he listened to his mom. So I had been through years that my whole pregnancy, 9 months, going back and forth with stuff to the point that I had to make a decision that this is what it was going to be. I was going to be a single mom. I had to accept that. It was one of the most hardest things I had to accept because I always felt like I was in control of everything. And this time I had to take control of not just me though, of my daughter. After that decision was made and placed, things began to go the way that they should go. I began feeling happier. I began to eat different. I began to change everything because I had this newborn coming in. He was there when she was born. He was there up until maybe 2 or 3. She didn't, as a baby, want him around per se. He was a little scary. He said and did some things that was quite unnatural for him to do, in the sense of trying to keep my baby from me, in the sense of wanting to take the baby to his home, his parents' home, and things like that without me. So he felt like he was her dad and he should have the right to do that. I felt, though, I was her mom, and you will not have the right to just come in my house and try to take my baby. That's some of the things that his mom didn't even know until later. He never expressed it, and I never thought to express it because I never thought it was of interest for her. I'm saying all this to say, as a single mom, it has been a blast. It's been a stressful thing. It has been something that I never thought I would have to do by myself without him. But I'm happy to have my mom and to have the support system that I have. And I love my little girl. She will be 9 August 10th. And it was something that I never thought about. My mother never gave up on me. I felt like his mom gave up on him and gave up on us. And she may have had her reasons. I cannot fault her for having any kind of feelings and things like that, because she may not have known a lot of things. But what was crazy about that whole situation was that I was always honest with her. I was always straightforward with her. I was always a person that even brought my mom to her home to talk to her. So I felt let down by her. Now, I understand a lot of what has taken place and maybe a little bit of her feelings as a mom. But I want to thank her for not being there as of right now. I'm hoping that that can change. But I want to thank her for that. And I thank you. I thank you because it pushed me to be more powerful. It pushed me to be stronger. It pushed me to say that I can do this. I have God, my mom, and my support system. It pushed me to a whole nother level than I ever thought it would. Being a single mom is extraordinary, but it's hard work. And you're a mom 24/7 forever. And it's one of those things that, although it didn't happen the way I wanted it to happen, it still happened. And I had to trust God and tell God that I give my daughter to him. So that meant I had to teach her and continuously teach her the ways of the Lord. I feel like if it had not been for God and my mom, at that moment when the decision had to be made about me even keeping my daughter at one point, I don't think I would be the responsible person that I am now. I'm not saying we don't have our flaws, but I just feel like sometimes women just need support and different networks. And I just feel like, especially if you're a mom to another mom, you should want to be there for that person and even be there for your grandbaby. So I'm hoping that eventually we can have a talk and that we can let bygones be bygones and start anew, and that she can be involved with my daughter. So that's just a little, never give up as a mom, never give up as a woman, never give up as a person. Whatever you believe in, have a higher power. Believe in a higher power. Believe in something outside of yourself that pushes you to do greatness and have greatness and to want greatness. Thank you. This is DEE-VOICE signing off. Have a good one.